فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبين
Today being the 12th year of Ramadan, 1,447 years after the of the Prophet,
Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Equivalent to 1st day of March, 2036 years after the era of Nabi Sallallahu. The annual Tafseer organized by the International Organization of Islamic Brotherhood in partnership with Yana Muslim Student System Nigeria University Yara chapter at the Capital of the Iran Mosque in the main campus between 5 and 6 p.m. each day of Ramadan continues from the 8th ayah of Surah Al-Rahman. Our Sheikh Professor Abdul conducted the Tafseer while Ustaz Abdul Yaqub decided to for us inshallah. We are streaming live on Facebook at Timsan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألا تطغوا في الميزان
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق الخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون سلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان. Allah Ta'ala is telling us in this great surah, the surah of Ar-Rahman, that is normally referred to as the groom of the Quran or the bride of the Quran. Here, Allah told us after He has talked of Him, Ar-Rahman, teaching the Quran even before He created man, and come to teach man again explanation of things with eloquence. And He told us about the cosmos, the one that we can see easily, all of us can see easily, and the one, these tools that we can see easily that also rules our lives, that is the sun and the moon. And then He came to tell us the two things on earth that also rules our life daily, والنجم والشجر, the crawling plants and those ones that are standing on their trunks. Then He now told us, and this is firmament wasama'a rafa'aha, I raised it, wada al-mizan, and then established in it mizan, a scale, a scale, a scale of everything. Everything is calculated. Allah tadgaw fil mizan. We put a scale there so that you don't transgress in those scales.
وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان
وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان. And that Akimu, that you establish, وأقيموا الوزن, you establish the scale بالقسط, with justice. ولا تخسروا الميزان, don't cheat on it or allow any loss to be on these scales. Here, the first one, Allah is telling us of how He put the scale in the firmaments. And then also us here, how he's asking us that we should try our best, to keep the scale, to make it with justice, and we should not try to allow any loss or any cheating to be on it. This is not a small responsibility. Looking at this alone is enough for somebody to say, Allah, I don't want to be a human being. Allow me to go to where I come from. That's why Allah was saying, Inna aradna al-amanata, Allah samawati wal jibal, Allah samawati wal jibal, bain an yahmilnaha wa ashfaqna minha wa hamalha insan innahu kana zaluman jahula. I took the trust and I gave it to the firmaments, to the mountains, that they should carry it. They shied away when they saw the responsibility. But man said he can take it, because man is unjust even to himself, and man is very ignorant. If not because of ignorance, this alone, وَأَقِيمُوا الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا تُخْسِرُوا الْمِيزَانَ, is enough for us to know that nobody can go to heaven except the one that Allah wishes to. This verse alone is enough. Because Allah said he has put a scale. He established in the firmament. And this scale, he now said, okay, between us, there is also a scale. وَأَقِيمُوا الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ. For us to know that we can never be able to do it well, but we are supposed to be trying our best. Allah himself has told us somewhere, he said, وَلَن تَسْتَطِيعُوا أَن تَعْدِلُوا بَيْنَ النِّسَاءِ وَلَا خَرَجْتُمْ وَلَا تَمِيلُوا كُلَّ الْمِيلِ وَتَذَرُوهَا كَالْمُعَلَّقَةِ وَإِن تُصْلِحُوا وَتَتَّقُوا فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. Allah is telling us somewhere, even with women that are with you in your house, even with your children that are with you in your house, you can never be able to establish justice. Justice is different from equity. People used to mix these two together. What we know easily to do is equity. But justice is far more delicate, far more difficult. Look at the firmament. Allah said, وَالشَّمْسِ وَالْقَمَرِ بِحُسْبَانٍ. This sun that you are seeing, this moon that you are seeing, bihusban, they are there by calculation and balance there. And then he said he established so that this calculation cannot be changed. Look at the earth we are in. Just this our solar system, let us look at it. The earth alone, as we are now, is moving around its own orbit at close to 2,000 kilometers per hour. Allah said, وَأَلْقَيْ فِي الْأَرْضِ رَوَاسِيَ أَن تَمِيدَ بِكُمْ. So that it doesn't shake us. Allah said, I threw mountains in it so that it balances. And like I said in the past, a typical example is when you look at your vehicle that you are also moving with. Whatever is moving very fast, immediately there is a small imbalance on the tire. You find the tire wobbling. A small imbalance. And when you take it to the mechanic, they say, oh, you have to balance the tire. If they are going to balance the tire, what do? They take small weights. They put one here, they put one there, they put one there. When it is balanced, go. You now speed and you will not see the wobbling. That's the way our earth is. On its own orbit alone, it goes close to 2,000 kilometers an hour. That's why we are able to have the day and the night. And then it orbits the sun in a speed of about 100,000 or a little above 100,000 kilometers per hour. As we are now, the earth is orbiting the sun at that speed of over 100,000 kilometers an hour. But are you seeing anything? We are supposed to have this in our mind every second, that without Allah, we cannot exist. And that is the movement of the earth around the orbit. That's how we are able to have our seasons of the year. Because the world is elliptical, by the time it comes closer to the sun, then we have the dry season. By the time it moves further away, we have the cold season. Allah is saying somewhere else. He said, do you see, if I was to leave the day permanent, the sun is there permanently, He said, who will bring night for you to rest? Everywhere will be dry. He said, if I were to leave the night permanent, then where are you going to get your light? If the night is permanent, everywhere will be wet. But Allah, in His wisdom, calculated everything to move according to His course. And we now on earth, that the earth is moving at this speed, and we are not feeling it, we are just there resting as if it's our bed, very comfortable, and we are not appreciative of it. The sun itself, with all the planets, and the earth, and its planet, the moon, all of them are moving inside the Milky Way galaxies and going around the galactic center. At what speed? At over 800,000 kilometers per hour. That's how the whole system is moving. Then we come back to the Earth, where we are, the first atmosphere of about 100 kilometers, which is monosphere. There, here now, what we have gases that we need some to exist, we, human beings. Nitrogen is how many percent? About 78. The oxygen we are breathing is how many percent? About 21. They have taken everything. But we are breathing out carbon dioxide that the plants, they need. And that is just 0.0 something. If these plants were to take in carbon dioxide in the quantity that we are taking in oxygen, do you think we would survive? But Allah said, all the husband, all the mizan, everything is according to the scale that Allah has put it. So we now, can you imagine the billions of bodies or system that is in the Milky Way galaxies? All of them are moving back. Put apart. If this scale of measurement, if this justice is not there, they will hit in each other. That's why Allah is saying, "Law kana fihima alihatan illa la fasadata." Now, there will be commotion, everything will be destroyed. Not the way we are doing, that we're not keeping justice. And what is justice? Justice means fairness. That fairness is very difficult. We are all here now. Maybe, let's say we are about 100 or more than 100 here. And somebody was to come now and say, okay, I estimate that people are about 100. I bring 100 million for you to share. How do we share it? If we share it equally, that's equity, that's not justice. As human beings, we are so imperfect. We are so ignorant. Our knowledge is so short of how to even share with justice within our family. Because here, there are people that have children, 5. Some have no children. Some come up from a family that the kind of food they eat, they don't need more than 2,000 naira a day. Some come from a family that the kind of food they eat, even 5,000 is not enough. And that's their background. Some from here, they are living, going to Samongeri. Some from here, they are living, going to Zango. Some are on campus here. So how will you divide the wealth to be fair to everybody, to be fair? If you just say take 1 million, that's not fairness. That's why when it comes to us human beings sharing, Allah gives a sharing formula that is close to justice that we can understand. When a man dies, the wives, they said they should share 1/4 of the wealth if he has no children. If he has children, they should share 1/8. Then the rest will go to the children. If he has the father and the mother, then 1/6 go to the mother. You can see like that. All this is looking at what is your requirement, not what do I want. No, what is your requirement? Because the requirement of every person is different. Somebody who is going to pay school fees of a university is different. This kind of issue came up one day. I was outside giving a lecture somewhere in California. And a man wanted to have a second wife. And they're white. And then the wife was saying that the Quran says, "Thank you, Mata Barakumina Nisai, Masni Wasulasa Orba." Yes, he agreed, he has seen this verse. But the Quran is also saying, you will not be able to do justice between, that's adl, fairness between your wives, even if you try your best. But Allah gave a solution. وَلَا تَعْدِلُوا وَلَا تَمِيلُوا كُلَّ الْمَيْلِ. Don't completely turn to one side so much that is evident. You yourself, you will now know. He said, then how can the husband do this? Because they want to remain as Muslims and as good Muslims. This is what the wife said. Then this is the question now that is not question of me taking Quran and saying this. I just ask her a simple question. You came in here with your husband now, and you're holding a child with you. If the three of you here now, I gave you 10 yards of cloth as gift, how do you share it? He said, no, I'm a woman, I need a gown, I'll take 6 yards. My husband, 2 is enough for him to get his shirt. Then the child can take 1 yard, then the remaining we can keep down. So why don't you say you divide it 3 1/3, 3 1/3, 3 1/3, since you are 3? I see, you are looking at it now as according to your need. So that is justice. At the end, you are fair to everybody. I said, if we are here now, if you came from Texas and somebody else just came from San Rafael here, that is close by, and the two of you are my wives, and I'm giving you transport back to your houses, how much will I give each person? The one that came from Texas, he needs over $1,000. It's very far. Because that is the east and you are in the western coast. You that you are just from San Rafael here, you don't need up to $100. If I now say you come and take $1,500, you come and take $100, they say have not done justice. Do you understand it? Then he said, Kai, he now understood what I was saying. I now told the husband, let's bring the other lady and come and explain to her so that she understands that we will try to live a family as a good Muslim family. This is Allah Allah said he did this so that we don't go and tamper with the scale. The scale that is with us that we know, which is now a physical scale, we should try to do justice with it. Somebody comes to buy from you, you are weighing, is 1 kilo. Make sure that is 1 kilo. Before it was not digital. What it was you are taking something to put a weight to put on top until it is. Even now that it's digital, some people go and tamper with it. Some people go, even in petrol station, it has been calibrated to give you a liter. Then instead of giving a liter, they will tamper with it, so it will not give up to a liter and it will be reading a liter. So you go, you buy petrol, you think you have bought 5 liters, it is not up to 5 liters. This is what Allah is saying, Allah tuqsiru fil mizan. Don't cheat. Don't shorten the people. In another place, Allah is saying, Waylun lil mutaffifin. Woe be unto those that decreases. Alladhina idha qalu ala nasi yastafun. Wa idha qaluhum wa wazanuhum yukhsirun. You say, Allah tuqsiru fil mizan. When they want people to measure for them, they go with their own tier in the market. Because tier and scale for sales, this is the work of the government. The work of the government is not to open companies. The work of the government is to provide services and to regulate. So the government is the one that is supposed to sell the bowl you are using to buy in the market. They are the ones who are supposed to sell the scale that you are using to sell. And when this scale is done, then the standard organization is supposed to be there to be sure that this scale is according to the way it is. Then all these fuel pumps that are being sold and brought in, the government is supposed to make sure that the fuel pumps are according to standard before they are allowed in. And from time to time, they are going to check to make sure that if they say it's 1 liter, it's 1 liter is delivered. By the time you start cheating, you that you are buying from him, there's no blessing in what you have bought. He that sold to you, there's no blessing in what you are sold to do. See, from the two, you have a problem. Because Prophet ﷺ said, the seller and the buyer, if the two of them are honest with each other, then Allah will bless the trade. If one of them is dishonest, the blessing is removed. Because it is a joint venture. So if you know, for example, now, a fuel station that cheats, don't buy fuel from there except if you have no choice. Because that fuel you buy will have no blessing. Because he has cheated. So all these things, Allah is telling us. This measure, the one that is common today that we know, is mudu and tier. This tier, the government has its own. But most of the time, the government does not sell anymore. The local government does not sell anymore. They are busy stealing money. They are busy trying to cheat and empty the coffers of the government. They forgot even their own duties. People are the one who now go and make tiers and be selling. And when people make these tiers and they are selling, they come at different sizes. The person who is going to the market to buy, particularly these women, they will go with their own tier. When they go, they say, this is my tier, measure for me. Then they also have tier that is a smaller tier. When they come to sell, they bring the small tier to sell. You as a customer, you will not easily take note of the difference. But they know the difference. They that are using it frequently. That's why Allah tadgaw bil mizan wa akimul wazna bil qist. All of us should try our best to maintain justice in terms of weight. And there's another thing that a lot of us we are guilty of. And we have no reason to be guilty. Except that we think that we are in a hurry. We think that we have no time. Time that we don't have that will affect our family. We come, we see this lady selling. Somebody wants to sell granite. Boiled granite. He will take the big ones, good ones, put on top. By the below, he leaves the ones that are not good. You go there, you are selling. They are not big. These children are not bigger than you that you are buying. They are selling, you are buying. When you see that, tell them to mix it before you buy. If all of us are doing that, they will understand that, look, they must do that. Because they are not above us. I have gone into a place like that and I have seen ladies doing it. They are all in stretch. And I was telling them why the danger of what they are doing. And there was an elderly man selling clothes. And I said, you see them doing this, why don't you talk? He said, it's not his business. I said, are you not a Muslim? He said, he is. I said, but the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Man ra'amikum munkaran falyughayyirhu. Whoever saws an evil going on, he should change it. He didn't say he should leave it, he should change it. He must try to change it. How? If he is in authority, he should use his hand to change it. If it's in your house, change it. If you know you can't, because it is going to bring more danger than you set out to change, then use your tongue to talk. If also using your tongue to talk, you will be misunderstood. Or if it's government, they may even lock you up. Then change it with your heart. Allah did not say accept it or hate it, because people used to translate it that when people used to translate that your heart should hate it. Allah did not say so. The Prophet did not say so. He said, if you cannot change it with your tongue, change it with your heart. How can you change it with your heart? As you are seeing it with your heart, be telling Allah in your heart, this thing is bad, Allah change it. And Allah can change it. Because your heart is strong. When you sit down, pray, Allah, I'm seeing this going wrong in society, change it. Sometimes the problems we are seeing now that is big problem start from a very small problem. Cancer starts from a small sore that magnifies. If at the beginning it starts, you see it and you nip it on the bud, that's all, there's no cancer. By the time it becomes cancer, it's beyond everybody. So all of us, we should take this thing very seriously. وَأَقِيمُوا الْوَزْنَ بِالْقِسْطِ وَلَا تُخْسِرُوا الْمِيزَانَ. We should try to establish justice in our scales that we are using to measure. The other scale is a scale of calculation that Allah has said. That one we can't go into it. Today, even if you fall trees of all summer, you can't change the equation of the oxygen to the carbon dioxide. If not, the way we are cutting down trees, if not that oxygen is 21% in the air and carbon dioxide is 0.0 something, what will have happened? will not have enough oxygen today to breathe. Because the trees, the leaves, they take in carbon dioxide and they give out oxygen. But we don't care. He said that he doesn't care. If you go to the forest of Niger now, there are people there now, they are just falling down kilometers of trees just to produce charcoal. They don't care. And the government that should try to give everybody gas that is being blasted away, fled away in the sea, just to take pipe, connect it to everybody and get it. It's not their business. Their business is something else. They know what is their own business. Let Nigeria plunder. It's not their business. They just want today, what they will get today to show that they are something and they are nothing. If you look at this firmament and see the amount of billions of planets and stars that are there, and you know that the sun alone, you need about 1 million of this earth to fill it before it can fill it. And when you go to another galaxy, this one we have billions of stars in this galaxy, and we have over 1 trillion galaxies that we don't know about. If you look at it, Allah has all this. Where are you? In the scheme of things, where is even the earth? That's why Allah told us before here, he said, "Wan najmu wa shajaru yasjudan." They just prostrate to Allah. It's beyond us. It's when you look at all these things and you say, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. The praise is for Allah that is the Lord of everything in the cosmos, entirety. When you take your mind and you get there, when you're in front of Allah, it will bring fear in you. That by the time you are there, you know you are insignificant. Whoever has all this creation, you are insignificant. When you come, he says, Subhana. Glory is to Allah that's beyond any fault. His perfection is without doubt. Rabbi al-Azim is my Lord that is so great. So all of us should try this issue of scale. We should be careful with it. We should be careful with it. We shouldn't say, oh, others are doing that. If I do this little, where can it go? That little you can do can be the change for the whole world. You don't know.
والأرض وضعها للأنام
وَالْأَرْضَ وَضَعَهَا لِلْأَنَامِ. وَالْأَرْضَ, and the earth. The English and Arabic is the same word. Earth. وَالْأَرْضَ وَضَعَهَا لِلْأَنَامِ. And the earth we have put it there, لِلْأَنَامِ, for the creatures. He said, وَالسَّمَاءَ رَفَعَهَا وَوَضَعَ. وَضَعَ here and وَضَعَ here. There he put a scale. This earth he put it there for the creatures. So all creatures that are on earth, this earth is for them. But the most important ones are the human beings and the jinn, that everything on earth is created for. But the earth itself is put there for all creatures. And the creatures themselves, all of them, are to serve man. And the firmament that you are seeing, all of them are subjected to serve man. The sun is supposed to serve us. The moon is serving us. The oxygen is serving us. The nitrogen is serving us. The carbon dioxide is serving us. All the first homosphere, they are serving us continuously like that. If not that Allah has put a scale, somebody will say today, I take all the oxygen. You want to come and pay before you take this. Where will we be? So this earth is for all the creatures. وَضَعَهَا لِلْأَنَامِ.
فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام
فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام. Allah, when he's presenting, you can't, his presentation is beyond what a human being will know as excellent. He said, فيها فاكهة. On this earth, I say, I put this earth down for creatures. These creatures are those ones that they have lives, they are moving. Then he now said, Fiha, on this earth, fakihatun, are fruits. One nakhlu, and our date palm. Zatul akmam, that have sheets covering them. Here, fruits alone are food on its own. You don't need to prepare it and eat it. They are food on their own. So Allah started by bringing them. That's why people that are rich, like in the morning, they just take fruits. It's okay. It's okay. They have apple, they have guava, they have banana, they have pawpaw. All these are fruits. If you take them and you are satisfied with them, you don't need food because it's enough. It's a food of its own that is complete. One nakhalu, also the date palm, Zat Akmam, that has coverings, because the date that they produce is also food on its own, complete. You don't need to go and prepare it, to go and cook it, to go and do this. Which means if you are in a place now, there are fruits constantly. You can do without other things. That's Allah started by bringing it and specifically mentioning when you say fiha fakihatun, he just generally talked of all the fruits. Then he specified one nakhalu, that is the date, because of the position of date in all fruits. It's about the best fruit you get. And it's a food that when you take, it has effect on you and effect even on your aura. And it's the food of the Prophet. There are a lot of times in the house of the Prophet, there is no food. Like Sayyidah Aisha will say, illa al-aswadan, except these two black things, date and water.
والحب ذو العصف والريحان
وَالْحَبُّ ذُو الْأَصْفِ وَالرَّيْحَانِ. And then on earth, on earth, fiha, in it, another set of food that I put there, وَالْحَبُّ, all seeds and leguminous crops. ذُو الْأَصْفِ, these seeds that have covering, that have chaff, you have to, first of all, thresh them before you take them. وَالرَّيْحَانِ, and these plants that have fragrance, that you need their fragrance. When walhabu, these are seeds like cereals and pulses. All cereals, like cereals are like grains. You have sorghum, you have rice, you have oat. All of them, you need to thresh them before you can eat. That chaff is as, that's why it says Zul Asp. All the time they are with their chaff. And their chaff is there to protect them. That's why those people that store, when they are storing, particularly our people in those days, they store in their mud storages. They don't thresh the one they are going to store. Like Anabi Yusuf told the king, the one you are going to store, they don't thresh it. They keep it like that. It will take insect longer time to enter it, to destroy it, because the insect wants to attack the eye. It's the eye where you have the oil and the protein. That's the eye that is attached to the chaff. Here, Habbuzul Asfi, the Warehan are plants that are giving fragrance. So you see that Allah has left plants that are fruits that you just eat without any processing. And it's food for you. It has gone to what those that you have to process. You can't just go to the farm, take rice, take maize, take guinea corn, take beans, and bring it that you are going to eat. You need to prepare it, you need to thresh it, you need to boil it, or you need to cook it. Even granite that you eat, you still have to thresh it. But any other thing like date that Allah has talked about, you just take it, you just clean with your hand and eat. Allah is saying, look at these things. I established the firmament, and I put the earth for all the creatures. And for these creatures, their food, the most important food that you can take completely without anything, I put it there for you. The one that you can now take and you have to take time and prepare and make it into something else, I put it there for you. If without my balance, will these things grow? That's why all Allah asks of you is to go and take and eat. In one place, Allah is asking, أَفَرَأَيْتُمْ مَا تَحْرُثُونَ أَأَنْتُمْ تَزْرَعُونَهُ أَمْ نَحْنُ الزَّارِعُونَ. Do you see these things that you plant on the farm, are you the one that make it to grow? I am the one that make it to grow. All you just did is to go and open the earth and put some place and go away, and then water will come. If Allah says, okay, I'll plant it for you, I'll make it to grow, can you make it to grow? Because the growing is growing continuously every moment of time. Less than a second is growing continuously until it reaches the maturity. Allah is there to make sure that his servants are there to allow it to be multiplying itself, from the time it is grown until it reaches the maturity, and nothing will happen to it. And all this is happening because there is the scale in the firmament that is kept. The required oxygen is there. The required carbon dioxide is there. The required nitrogen is there. The pressures that are supposed to be there, they are there. The pressure on it is there. The heat needed is there. For it to swell and germinate is there. You are not the one doing any of it. Inna sababna al-ma'a sabba, thumma shaqaqna al-arda shaqqa, fa'anbatna fiha habba, wa inaban wa qadba, wa zaytuna wa nakhla, wa hada'ika wa gulba, wa fakihatan wa abba, mata'an lakum. All is for you. Allah is not in need of it. Then wali an'amikum, and your animals. So all these things that are on earth, Allah said, I put it there for you. Fiha fakihatun wa nakhlu zal akmam. You have the fruits. Wal habbu zul asfi wal rehan. You have even the seeds and the legumes that you can take and prepare and eat. Then you now come, you say you want to have freshness so that you are smelling good. Then you also have leaves that give you this. That all this perfume you are seeing, they are extracts from plants.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان. Allah is asking, فبأي, which of it, آلاء ربكما, of these favors of Allah to the two of you, man and jinn, tukaziban, that you deny, which of it? Is it that Allah gave the Quran to teach you all these things, to teach you who you are, to teach you where you're coming from, to teach you where you're going, to teach you what you can do to succeed in life, to teach you how to maintain the things you have in life? Or that he raised the firmament, he brought you and put you on earth, that he put things for you on earth, that even the food you need is there for you, the one that you can prepare is also there for you. All these things is going on continuously. Which of it? All these are favors from Allah al-Quran, Khalaq al-Insan. All this is from Ar-Rahman, this one that is entirely merciful, in entirety. This one that is so entirely merciful, that has brought all these favors of which of these favors of yours do you deny? That Allah has brought to you, the two of you, mankind and the jinn, you deny. Here, Allah has told us now, from beginning of this verse to this verse. How many verses? About 13 verses or 15 verses. 13 verses. Allah is telling you. Then Allah will now repeat it 30 times, making 31. Just like there, Allah was telling us about the Quran. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. The first time he told us, I made this Quran easy for you to understand, easy for you to take care of, easy for you to hold with you wherever you are. Who will take heed? Then he repeated it 3 times, making it 4. Then وَكَيْفَ كَانَ نَذِيرٌ. Allah was also warning in the same manner. Allah will now tell you these favors. That came 3 times. It came once, repeated 3 times. Allah has come now. Once, it will be repeated 10 times of that. Man jaa bil hasanati falahu ashru amsalha. Allah will repeat it 30 times now, not 3 times. So that the fear that you saw there, know that you will get favors much more than that if you work with it. Allah is asking you, Allah will now continue to mention each of the favors he did for you. Each of them is a book on its own. I've told you before As a child, your thinking capacity is almost zero. Then you start to think small. And the first thinking is, I want to eat this, I want to take this. The child, anything he sees, it will put it in his mouth. But the memory is very high at that time. Whatever he hears, it sticks. Because he's not thinking. His brain is not being used for something else. Allah is balanced. Man. Each aspect of man's life is complete on its own. Even when you are old, the old age is complete on your own. It's not a deficiency. Because it is meant for something. That's why you see that if you look at the life of man, it's broken into 7, 7, 7, 7. From 0 that you came to 1 to 2 to 3 to the maximum number. What is the maximum number? 9. When you get to that 9, you have finished. That's 7 multiplied by 3, you have 63. The Prophet did the maximum and he left. And Prophet Sallallahu said, after this maximum, between this 60 to 70 is the life of my ummah. It's enough for them because what you are supposed to achieve at each step is there. The first 7 years, your memory is strong. Whatever memory should be used for, should be used for. A lot of us will make mistake in this. If a child stays where 8 languages be spoken, he will know all the 8 languages. You don't have to teach him. Allow him, you speak your mother tongue. That's why they call it mother's tongue. A woman should speak her own tongue where he is. It's ignorance to forget your own and go and take your enemy's own and be teaching your children. It's complete ignorance. And our women are doing it a lot. And our men are not talking. Speak your language. The language is in the house. You will know it. He comes outside. This neighbor is speaking Yoruba. You will know it. That one is speaking Igbo. You will take it. This one is speaking Hausa. You will take it. This one is speaking Igala. You will take it. This one is speaking Ibira. You will take it. The child will easily take it because the memory is just open to take. This is the time you allow the child to take Quran into his memory. And that for 7 years, his thinking is very small. At 3 years, if you ask him, remove your dress, in front of everybody, he will remove. He's not thinking about it. Because he's not thinking yet. At 4, at 5, when he's getting to 6, he will now start because the thinking is coming. He's getting strong. By the time he's 7, the thinking is strong. At that time, Prophet ﷺ said, as from 6 to 7, be taking your child into prayers. After 7, 8, he's not coming to prayer, beat him. Because his thinking is there. He has started thinking. Whatever you are doing, he's supposed to be following you to do it. Then the next 7 years is the child teach him how to think, how to reason. That's when you now put him in school. You now teach him ABCD. You now teach him 1 + 1 = 2. Why is it 2? Why is it 3? Like that for the next 7 years, his reasoning will go and his reasoning get complete. When his reasoning has reached a mature stage, Allah himself will want to tell him. That's at the age of about 14. You are now matured. Therefore, I will give you responsibility. The first responsibility Allah will give you, what is the dearest, the costliest, the most precious on earth, Allah will give it to you. For the lady, you are just sitting down, you see blood come out of you. Nobody is there. You are afraid. Blood has come out. You rush to your mother. Mother, don't worry. This is called menstrual period. Every month as from now onwards, you'll be having it. Don't allow men to touch you. Don't come close to men. Anybody that touches you now, you can get pregnant. Allah has given you the fertile land that is the most precious fertile land on earth. Is that kind of land that produces you that you are talking now, you that you are listening now. The man, he will just dream and enjoy the dream, but he will see he has what himself. Am I urinating? It's not urine. And he realized that sperm has come out of him. Allah is telling him now that you are matured. From that name, his name changes from a tifl to mukallaf. Mukallaf, the one that is held responsible. La yukallifu Allahu nafsan illa wus'aha. As a responsible person now, Allah is asking you, I'm asking you to come to my palace, to come to my throne 5 times a day. You are not responsible. You're not a small person again. You come and Allah will give you message. Message. You have to hold the message. The next 7 years, you are supposed to be following somebody that is truthful on the path. truthful in himself. So you will be learning practically. All that you have been taught in school for the past 7 years, you should be learning practically. You're now on your own. It's within this year that you come to the university. You're on your own now. Take good friends. You're following them to go like that until the age of 21. By that age of 21, your stamina, your strength is there, but your experience is not yet there. You are still requiring experience to give you more wisdom. From this stage now, get married. For a lady, from that age of 14, 15, 16, get married. Because your field is just clean, fertile. If not, it will start to be get aging. By the time you are 21, the aging has started. Then another 7 years. By the time the man adds another 7 years, his wisdom is at its height. If he's a wali, it's at that stage that he comes out as a wali. If he didn't come out from his youth. If it's a female, from that, and it gets to that age, he has not started giving birth. To give birth now, he needs an assistance because the land is fertile. It has aged. You have to now go to fertility clinics and the rest. Then add another 7 years. He comes to the age of 36. That is close to 40. Or is it 35? That's close to 40. From that to the age of 40, prophets are sent. Because it's complete in stamina, it's complete in wisdom, it's complete in experience. At the age of 40, hatta iza balaga ashuddahu wa balaga 40 sanatan. Qala rabbi awzi'ni an ashkura ni'mataka allati an'amta alayya wa ala walidayya wa an a'mala salihan tardi wa asli fi zurriyyati. He is at the middle of his life now. He is seeing his children, he is seeing his parents. That's why I said he's saying, I should be able to thank my parents and Allah also prepare my children for me. He's seen the two of them now. This leadership is normally from this age. It is somebody at this age that are supposed to be chosen as leaders. Because they are with children. At the same time, they are with their parents. They know what to do for the parents, they know what to do to children. But somebody at the age of 70, he starts leadership once. He doesn't know what the children are into. From this time now, you have what you need in your strength, physical strength, you have finished using it. If from the age of 28 to 35 to 40, you can acquire the wealth, when are you going to do it again? What you need your strength for is finished. What you need now is now to increase your faith, to increase the wisdom you have, to use it so that your faith can develop and become big. That's why Allah will take the strength away from you so that you can concentrate on your faith. Just like Allah took reasoning from you when you are small so that you can concentrate on growing your memory and growing your body. It's perfect. It's not a question of deficiency. No, it's perfect. If you know what you are doing from that age, you should face Allah. Be studying more of Allah. Be immersing yourself in worship. Be staying with Allah. Be staying with the Prophet. Be staying with the Quran. If you are like that, it will take you to the age of 49. Then continue like that. By the time you get to the age of 63, you are supposed to have been matured. At the age of 40, if a man cannot harvest anything from his child, then he should forget about it. Because you planted a seed in the womb of your mother or of your wife. By the age of 40, he has matured. He has gotten to his, he should be benefiting his family now. He's a parent now. That's how you show thanks. Make it possible for me to thank you for what you have done for me. And also for me, what you have done for my parents, to also be able to thank them. How do you thank Allah? Give zakah, give sadaqah. This is how you are thanking Allah. Allah, thank you. I now have wealth. Take. Allah, I now have strength. Take. I now have wisdom. Go and assist. The same thing you are doing to your parents. You are thanking them. Then you are doing good work. Allah, prepare my children for me. They are my offspring coming behind me. As from now onwards, as you are doing zakah, you are going for hajj, you are doing everything you are doing, your iman is increasing, is increasing, is increasing. By the time you get to the age of 60, The prophets will say, you too, your parents have invested in Allah to also planted. Not only your parents planted. Just like your parents planted that seed, which is mani, sperm. Allah also planted another seed, which is called ruhu, soul. Your parents have started harvesting. Allah is going to harvest his own. Say, Hasaid ummati ma bayna sitina sab'in. Allah is going to harvest my ummah from 60 to 70. What is he going to harvest? What he wants you to grow. What is it? La ilaha illallah. Because this la ilaha illallah from the beginning, you took it. You are just at the zero end. Because you came, you say, Ashhadu and la ilaha illallah. I bear witness that there's none to be worshipped but Allah. Did you really bear witness that day? Or you are hoping to bear witness in the future? You are supposed to be increasing your faith until you get to the level of shuhada. So the minimum when you are leaving the world, be a shaheed. Like what happened to one of our brothers yesterday and one of the leaders of this ummah, Ali Khamenei, that was martyred by the grandchildren of monkeys and pigs. Allah said so in the Quran. Allah turned them, disfigured them into monkeys and pigs. By the time you get to the age of 60, if they come, you have been saying la ilaha, but it's not mature to that level. They will harvest it because it's there, but it's not to feed big people. But when you harvest and the grains are very big, are very thick, where do you take it to? To the king. These are the people that go to the king. That's what Allah is going to harvest. That's why when you're also dying, what is expected from you is still la ilaha illallah. But at that time, with full shahada. Not just the saying, but with the full witnessing. So that's what you're supposed to be going throughout your life. So which of the favors of Allah that He has done for you that you are going to deny, that you can't use to develop yourself to get to that state? What are you looking for? Allah gave you your eyes. You are using it for something else. You forget to thank Allah with it. Allah gave you your hearing. You are hearing nonsense. Always you come to your distance. You are looking at news. You are hearing nonsense. You have your mind. You are alone with yourself. You are thinking of bad things. Or you are thinking of another lady. You are thinking of how to get more money. Or you are thinking of how to be rich tomorrow, to have money in this account, in that account. What are you going to do with it? What you are supposed to use your brain for, your mind for, put it there for Iman. So by the time Prophet he said this, the Sahabas, they were listening. He continued and he was repeating it until he repeated it 30 times. The Sahabat listened until he finished the surah. The Prophet said, I am surprised. Why will the jinnu be more, up to the task than you? When I went and I said, do you know what the jinnu told me? La bi shay'in min aika ay rabbika nukazul bihi walakal hamd. There is nothing of the favors of Allah that we will deny our Lord, and to you is the thanks and the praises. But you kept quiet, did not answer. The Prophet was telling the Sahabats, when I recited this verse, this surah to the jinn, each time I said, they say, there is nothing in the favors of our Lord that we deny. Allah to you is the praise. But you kept quiet. Here, we will find that Allah will be repeating it. It's not repetition, pa. It's not repetition. Even though you call it repetition, it's not repetition, pa. It's that each of this, before Allah says it, is a book on its own. The Prophet, he used to take one verse and continuously repeating it, so that he can grow inside that verse. If the Prophet was alive today, he would still be studying the Quran. In the hereafter, you still be studying the Quran. You can never exhaust the meaning of the Quran. Even in the hereafter, you can't exhaust the meaning.
خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار
خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala is now telling us, this man that I said, خلق الإنسان علمه البيان. From what did I create him? خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار. I created man from clay that is dry, that when you touch it, it can make sound. In another place, Allah said, إن مثل عيسى كمثل آدم خلقه من تراب ثم قال له كن فيكون. He said it's from dust. And that place he said maintaining lazim. And another place he said min hamayin masnoon. All is correct. Because originally it is dust. Another place he said min ma'in. As in min ma'in mahin. If you take water and you now add to that act, then you have mud. It now become chain in lazim. If you now take that mud and you now allow it to settle so that it can go inside each other and sinter properly, to integrate properly, then it will now start smelling. That is what we call hamain masnoon, settled mud that is smelling. If you now take that mud and you cast it into the shape and allow it to dry, it will now become like a clay pot. You touch it, it makes noise. So all of it is correct. So Allah is telling us how it is. If you don't know how you are created, then look at the end now. Kama badakum ta'udun. Like you are created in the first, that's how you return. If a man dies, what happens? Oxygen stops. Then from there, he stays and starts decaying and starts smelling. Like that, Hamayi Masnoon. Then from that, it continues to dry and shrink. Finally, it will integrate itself into the soil. You can't see it again in the soil. Because it's from the soil initially. So if you see how the end of man, if you don't know how he started, from the end, he can tell you how he started. Because it's the same equation. You go forward, you go backward. Or you integrate forward or integrate backward. And you see it. So Allah is saying, Khalaqal insana min salsalin kal fakhir. So this is your own creation. Sayyidina Ali, he used to say, he said, what is there that a man will be so proud that he's raising his pride? What is there? He said, the best food that men love to taste is honey. He said, honey is the saliva of an animal. He said, honey is the saliva of an animal. Is it more than that? He said, the best perfume man wants to put on himself is musk. Musk is from rats. It's taken from rats. He said, what is in rat? He said, what man enjoys most is to have a wife and cohabit. He said, this is urine into urine. So what is there? What are you proud of? Allah put your own enjoyment when you go to the place of urine. So what are you proud of? You are raising your shoulder. You are raising yourself. You are in a place. If they don't give you a place to sit down, you are thinking that they have humiliated you. Who are you? خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار. So they say it's time, but it's not yet time. Why? Because yesterday something happened. That any person that claims that he loves Allah and he loves the Prophet, he should be concerned. Today, the countries, not people, the countries in the world, they are in three. There are countries that their leaders believe that they are strong, nothing can happen to them. They can do and undo. Like America, like Russia, maybe even like China. America will go, go into Venezuela, take the leader, nothing can happen. What can anybody do to me? China will go to a place, Muslims are too many here, lock them up and start treating them. In case of India, they will even kill a lot of Muslims. What would anybody do? One of their leaders came, said, when Muslims, if they have to 30% in anywhere, it's a problem. Anytime they get to 30% in a state, they are a problem. Don't allow them to get to 30%. Kill them before they get to 30%. It's truth, but said wrongly. Because we're asked to establish the scale with truth. Only Muslims are doing this. And when they are plenty, those that want to cheat, they can't cheat. So there are countries that believe that they are strong. They will do, nothing can happen to them. Then there are the countries that believe they are so weak that they need another country to save them before they can stay and exist. Like Saudi Arabia, like Oman, like all these Arab countries, like Nigeria, like Ghana, all these African countries, AU, all of them. They believe that if they don't attach themselves to one of these big countries, then they are finished. And there are countries that as a country, they believe that we stand with Allah and we are strong. We don't need another person. Like Iran. If there's any example today in the world, it's Iran. There's no other example. But individually, we also have people like that. But thank God, a lot of Muslims, they know that Allah is enough for them. They know Allah is enough for them. But what of our leaders? So, Israel, whatever they do shouldn't surprise anybody. They are children of prophets. But remember, they killed Anabi Yahya. Why? Because of zina. Anabi Yahya asked a king, his own niece, came to dance in front of him, and he loved her so much. And he said, Kai, he will marry his niece. He's not allowed, you can't marry your niece, the daughter of your brother or your sister. Then they want Anabi Yahya to officially accept that it's possible. He said, no. What is wrong before Allah is wrong before Allah. The mother of this lady was so annoyed. That we should enter the kingdom and become part of the king and be taken always after wealth. Then he advised the daughter. The king said he still wants you to do zina, accept. But on one condition, you should bring you the head of Yahya, Anabi Yahya. A prophet, Nabiyan wa hasuran wa Nabiyan min as-salihin. A prophet, they went to cut his head, put it inside a plate, and brought it to this lady to see. So if they kill anybody, know that they have killed Anabi Yahya. The father, Anabi Zakaria, was still alive, ran away. As he was running, a tree saw him. Look, let me be a hiding place for you. Open up, and he entered. But the jinnu, they went to tell people, you are looking for Anabi Zakaria, yes, it's in this tree. He will not come out, he will not come out. Then they take saw and saw it into half. That's how they killed Anabi Zakaria. These are the people, it is the offspring of these people who Allah has once configured into monkeys and pigs. That are doing this today. They killed the grandchild of the Prophet ﷺ, Ali Khamenei. That's among the 38 generation of grandchildren of the Prophet ﷺ. Why? Because he says his country is on its own. He will not bend to anybody. This man is 85 years old. They bombed, killed over 100 children in a school. Then bombed his house, killed him, his daughter, and his son-in-law, and those with him. The same way they killed Sayyidina Hussein. I want us to pray for him. I want us to seek for protection for them. And I want us to curse those that are involved and those that love what has happened. I'm requesting. Let us all recite one Fatiha, Kul Allah 11, Salat al-Fatih 10, Ayatul Kursi 1. May Allah give it to him in his grave and illuminate his grave for him. And all those that died with him, that are martyred with him. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ولا ولا لا إله إلا الله. I want all of us to recite Lakad Jaakum 3 times. May Allah protect Iran, protect his people, protect the family of the Prophet wherever they are, protect all his descendants wherever they are. Lakad Jaakum Rasulullah. إن تولوا فقل حسبنا الله لا إله إلا هو. وجاءكم رسولنا وجاءكم رسولنا. I want all of us to recite ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير الماكرين 11 times. ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير الماكرين. ومكروا ومكر الله. ومزقناهم كل ممزق 11 times. وكفى الله بمن القتال 11 times. ألم ترى كيف 3 times. كيف ربك بالأصحاب. أنت كيف ربك. سيهزم الجمع ويولون الدبر 3 times. سيهزم الجمع ويولون الدبر. سيهزم الجمع. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل 11 times. فاتحة صلاة الفاتحة. إياك نستعين. Allah, we are asking you, by your greatness, by your might, this Netanyahu, this Trump, Allah destroy them. Allah shame them in this world and the hereafter. They and their prejudice, let them not see any goodness forever. Allah destroy them for us. All those that loved what this will have done, Allah destroy them. All those that are happy, that surrounded and assisted them in doing this, that planned, that were the hypocrites, that planned and did all this, Allah, whoever they are, destroy them. All those that are assisting them, Allah destroy them. Allah, raise the banner of Islam. Raise the flag of Islam. Allah, protect the grandchildren of the Prophet. Allah, protect their banner. That banner that you gave to Sayyidina Ali to raise, that time when the Prophet was, Allah, raise it up higher than every other banner. Raise the banner of Islam higher than every other banner. Allah, we are asking you, protect Islam for us. Protect Muslims wherever they are. Our leaders that are supporting these people, Allah, remove them and give us better leaders. Our leaders that are supporting these people, Allah, remove them and give us better leaders. Allah, give us hearts to be able to know that you are sufficient for us, that you are enough for us in every situation. We have nothing. It's prayer we have. Our Prophet has said, Ad-du'a uslahil mu'minin. This is our own weapon. Allah, accept it and take it to where it should be taken to. Allah, assist us. Allah, assist us. Allah, assist us. We are asking Allah that He should give us our needs, that He should protect Islam for us, and that He should save us from all calamities, all health challenges. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح وخاتم الناس والناس الحق وعلى آله حق قدره صلاة تفتح لنا أبواب التيسير ونقل أن أبواب الشرور التأثير ونقل لنا به ولي ونصير أنت ونقل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله.